We have just over a week left of this January transfer window, and media speculation would suggest that the boys are going to be busy in that time. In today's video, we will go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours, which includes the massive Celtic transfer news as done deal has been completed. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Barcelona loanee Alex Valle looks set to leave Celtic this month as reports suggest the young fullback will join Serie A side Como following Dele Alli's imminent arrival. According to Fabrizio Romano, all parties have agreed on the deal, with Celtic prepared to terminate Valle's loan early to facilitate his move to Italy. The transfer will also require Barcelona's approval, but the switch is expected to be finalised soon, with Barca giving the go-ahead. He said, "Como will complete Dele Alli deal tomorrow as revealed, and then next signing expected to be Alex Valle. Deal being sealed with all parties involved, Celtic to break the loan and then Barcelona for new loan. Exclusive story to be confirmed." Valle's departure leaves Celtic's left-back situation in flux. Greg Taylor has been the club's primary option at the position, but Brendan Rodgers' side could be stretched thin if another injury or suspension occurs. At the end of last season, after Bernabei sealed his loan exit, GT was the sole left-back at the club. Liam Scales has been deployed as an auxiliary left-back on occasion, most recently coming off the bench in 2 matches this past week. However, his inclusion was largely tactical, as his height was needed to deal with opposition long ball threats. Celtic's long-term solution at left-back could lie in a familiar face, as Kieran Tierney inches closer to signing a pre-contract agreement to return to his boyhood club. The Arsenal defender is out of contract this summer and has reportedly turned down interest from other clubs to prioritise a Celtic return. However, Tierney's arrival could be expedited if Celtic secure a place in the Champions League knockout stages. The club is said to be exploring a loan deal for the Scotland international, which would allow him to rejoin the Hoops immediately. Rodgers will have to carefully navigate the coming weeks, with crucial fixtures piling up in both domestic and European competitions. While Valle's exit opens the door for future arrivals, Celtic must balance short-term needs with long-term planning as they aim to solidify their squad for the remainder of the campaign. Fans will be eagerly awaiting official updates on Tierney's situation as the January window progresses. Now for the main story, Alexandre Bernabei's time at Celtic has officially come to an end, with Brazilian side International confirming the left-back's permanent transfer. The deal, reportedly worth £5.5 million, comes after Bernabei's successful 6-month loan spell with the club. The Argentine had struggled to make an impact in Glasgow following his 2022 move from Lanús. However, his fortunes changed dramatically in Brazil, where his performances for International in the second half of 2024 caught the eye. In an official statement, International announced, "Sport Club International reports that it has concluded negotiations with Celtic Football Club for the definitive hiring of left-back Alexandre Bernabei. The athlete, who stood out in the 2024 season, signed a contract valid until December 2028. During his loan spell, Bernabei played 23 league matches, scoring 3 goals and providing 6 assists. His contributions were pivotal in International's recovery during a challenging campaign and earned him the award for best left-back in the Brazilian Championship." Speaking about his transfer, Bernabei said, "I'm very happy here, my family too. I want to continue doing my best to help Inter achieve great results. I know the size and weight of wearing this shirt now. It's time to continue looking for the best achievements together with my teammates and our fans." The £5.5 million fee represents a significant return for Celtic, who likely couldn't have dreamed of such a valuation just a year ago. Bernabei had struggled to adapt to life in Glasgow, never really getting going. This move closes the chapter on Bernabei's Celtic career and marks a fresh start for the left-back, who will now look to build on his momentum in Brazil. Now it's time for Celtic to make their own left-back announcement. In other news, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers has revealed the tactical tweak that enabled captain Callum McGregor to deliver a commanding performance in the 2-1 Scottish Cup win over Kilmarnock. The captain spoke after the match and praised the football that Celtic had played, adding that the team should have won by a bigger margin with the chances created. McGregor, who has faced some criticism in recent weeks for a perceived dip in form, was back to his brilliant best on Saturday. The 31-year-old opened the scoring with a stunning strike from distance and was relentless in his energy and control throughout the match. Speaking to Celtic TV post-match, Rodgers explained how Kilmarnock's pressing system allowed McGregor to dictate proceedings. I think how they wanted to press us in a 4-4-2 allowed Cal to jump off the back of the marker once it went forward. He did that and his timing was perfect for his goal. He's the beating heart of the team. He's such an important player for us and he was outstanding today. McGregor took full advantage of the space created by Kilmarnock's pressing shape, frequently dropping into pockets to receive the ball and launch attacks. The tactical freedom allowed him to time his runs into advanced areas, one of which led to his thunderous opening goal. The captain's standout performance comes at a crucial time for Celtic, with a pivotal Champions League clash against Young Boys looming on Wednesday. If McGregor can replicate this level of form, he could be key to unlocking the Swiss side's defence and securing progression to the knockout stages. For now, Celtic fans will take heart in seeing their captain back to his best, dictating the tempo and leading from the front as the Hoops march on in their pursuit of silverware. In other news, Stephen Welsh endured a torrid second match on loan at Mechelen as he was hauled off at half-time against his former Celtic teammate Oh Haeungyu. The centre-back moved to Belgium in search of regular first-team football, but has found life tough in the Pro League so far. After playing the full 90 minutes in a narrow 1-0 loss to Cercle Bruges on his debut, Welsh's second outing proved even more challenging. Mechelen took an early lead against O's Genk through Benito Raman after just 8 minutes, but defensive lapses saw them concede twice in quick succession before half-time. With his side trailing, Welsh didn't return for the second half. It's a difficult start for the 23-year-old who is looking to revive his career after struggling to secure a regular spot in Brendan Rodgers' plans at Celtic Park. Meanwhile, Oh Haeungyu, who left Celtic in the summer to join Genk, had a relatively quiet night by his standards. Despite scoring 6 goals for the Belgian side this season, the striker was unable to add to his tally and was substituted late on as Genk held on for the win. Oh also moved to Belgium in search of more consistent minutes, having been behind Kyogo and Ida in the pecking order at Celtic. Lastly, Celtic advanced to the next round of the Scottish Cup with a 2-1 victory over Kilmarnock, but Brendan Rodgers admitted his side made life difficult for themselves yet again. It did seem to echo issues from their midweek draw against Dundee. The Hoops dominated much of the game, creating numerous chances, but their inability to finish those opportunities allowed Kilmarnock to claw their way back into the match, making for a nervy second half at Celtic Park. Celtic looked in cruise control for much of the first half and created a series of gilt-edged opportunities. However, a combination of poor finishing and solid defending from Kilmarnock kept the game closer than it needed to be. Reflecting on the missed opportunities, Rodgers said, "I thought that we created a lot of opportunities in the game. The game should have been dead by half-time. That's the reality because there were really good chances. Sometimes there are maybe half chances, but there were so many good areas through really good bits of play, and we didn't quite take the opportunities. Then, of course, from a defensive throw, we concede, but okay, we reinforce our good moments at half-time, but also we need to tighten up. In the second half, again, we created opportunities, defended well in the main, because there were a lot of long balls, a lot of throw-ins from the side and everything else. So we dealt really well with it, and it was good to get into the next round. In the second half, Celtic upped the tempo and eventually found the winner through Daisen Maeda. The Japanese winger's cool finish settled the nerves of the home crowd and ensured Celtic's progression in the competition. This latest display will likely frustrate fans who have seen similar patterns emerge in recent weeks. Much like the draw against Dundee and in games weeks gone by, Celtic's wastefulness in front of goal and moments of defensive vulnerability have given opponents hope where there should be none. While the result was ultimately positive, Rodgers will be keen to address these recurring issues, particularly with crucial Champions League fixtures on the horizon. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you